it's puppet day today. Again, we're going to make some little cards out of scrap. So there'll be, I'll put a picture on the front. What you'll need is a stick or a twig. I found some sticks for the top. It's going to be a string puppet. Some string. I found lots of string that would look a bit like brown dog legs. I'm going to make a dog. And I have also green string, which I think I'll use for the top strings. Although it's probably nice to use, if you're being fussy, some strings that you can't see, so that would match the backdrop. So black string would be better for me, wouldn't it? Anyway, so I'm going to make a small dog, because it's got to fit in there, and maybe a ball on a string as well to make it follow the string. You could make a goat or a dragon or anything you like, but we're going to make it out of scrap. So I said stick, string, scissors you'll need, and masking tape. You can paint it afterwards and stuff if you like. So I'm going to start with, this is sort of thin card. This is thinner card, this would be good. Or paper, you could use thick paper. And we're going to make some tubes. So you could make one out of toilet roll or a longer kitchen roll. But I'm going to make the roll. So I'm going to make the roll, see how big I want it first. Because I'm going to make a tiny one, aren't I? So measure it. I think I want it shorter than that actually, my dog. Even shorter. My dog's really small. This is going to be really tricky to make actually, and I've never made one. So it's a roll, so any old roll. This one is a smallish roll. And yeah, probably the easier, the bigger you go, the easier really. And I'm making this by putting the masking tape along it and then tucking it in. That's its body. And now we need to make a head. There's a head, bit long, so I'm going to make it a bit shorter. Here we go. And then I'll roll the head as well. It will need some ears, won't it? Do you think that matches? A head and a body? There. So I'll put the masking tape along it again. Masking tape along the top. And tuck it in. And I'd like to make the head bits. Oh, and a pen. You need a pen. Wish I had a pen here. There you go. So my doggy needs a nose and eyes. There we go. So now we've got the nose and the eyes. It's got a very big mouth and might actually put a tongue in. And it's got to have ears as well. So I quite like things that move. So the bigger they go, the better really, because you can make the ears sort of flop up and down. But my dog ears are going to be long and rounded. I haven't actually planned this. I don't even know how to stick them on. Maybe I'll stick them on at the back there. Really long flappy ears. Shame they don't flap. Then to put them on like that with a bit of tape. So, I'm going to put them on like that. They might flap a bit. Tuck that one in there. There. My dog's ears, my real dog, stick up, but this dog's ears flap down, and they're not going to be flappy. I wonder if you could find a way to make your ones flap up and down as it jumps. That would be fun. And the hole's going to go in the top. So find something that you can make a hole with. Oh, yeah, you need to make the legs first. All the fiddly bits you have to do first before you string the actual puppet together. So the legs, it needs 4 legs. You could stick, it's much easier if you just stick the legs on, wouldn't it? I'm going to make brown legs, brown string. You can stick things onto the bottom of the feet to weight them down. That's quite nice. So that your dog has it got long legs? You see, you can stick holes and post it through. Weighting them would be good, wouldn't it? So that they, maybe a knot in the bottom of the feet would weight them a little bit. Otherwise the legs are going to go dangling up and down. Maybe a bead would be good. I'll find a bead and stick the beads on. And then they'd weight down if you stick them on, wouldn't they? Yeah, otherwise they're going to stick right out like knot legs. I'll stick them on afterwards when I've finished. But basically the string has to go through the head, through the bottom of the neck, and through the top of there, and then another string at the top, at the back there. Oh, we need to stick on a tail too, don't we? This one can be its tail, and then I'll make some legs afterwards in the video, but you know how to make the legs. We're going to stick this. Actually, I'll stick the tail on after I've made the holes. I think my easiest bet with the holes is this kebab stick. So I'm going to stick the hole in the head first. Be careful when you make a hole, and the hole can go all the way through the bottom there. Make a nice big hole, and then your string has to go all the way through that and through like the neck bit, the top of the neck. But we'll see how easy it is to string it through, will we? This string can be longer than you think it needs to be, because if it's too long, that's okay, you can cut it off. If it's too short, you have to make it all again. So go through the top of the head. My dog. If it messes up, or if it's really fiddly, ask for help or use your kebab stick and poke it through. Kebab stick, if you haven't got a kebab stick, scissors, some little stick. That is really tricky. Go in. There, that went in. Another top tip, if you've got a messed up end, cut it off. And it sticks together a bit more. You could even glue it on the end if it's really tricky. And then with PVA glue, or the other glue, then you put it through. Oh, sorry, I've stuck it in where the head goes. Pull it through and tie a double big knot on the bottom so that it doesn't fall out. There's a double big knot. It won't come out of there, will it? And push the head down. You should have your doggy's head. There you go. Da-dum-dum. And then another hole in the back at the top. Check that it's definitely at the top. There. Not too close to the edge, or it'll just, there won't be enough room and it will be flimsy. So top of his back there at the back. And then cut yourself another piece of string. Remember, a bit too long, and post that through the back. The smaller you go, the more fiddly. But perhaps you haven't got a small one. I thought maybe you could use, instead of making a tube, you could use a tube. Anyway, there's a knot. I think I'll do another knot just in case it falls out. And then pull that out. Ta-da! I'll stick his legs on when I found some beads. And I can think, but look, there you go. Oh, and you have to stick it onto a stick. I stick it onto a stick or a twig, something you find in the garden. I stick it onto the stick a bit way apart, not too close, and then you've got more, it'll be easier for movement. So I'll just measure, will I need longer strings? No, that'll be fine. roll it over a few times and then tie it. This is really a two-person job, can you see? Didn't work. Anyway, once you've done a good knot at the top of your string, you can cut off the end because you don't need that bit, and stick it on with a bit of tape so that it doesn't fall off or like fall off the end. So then you measure up how long that string is on the other side there and tie it onto the other side. There. Cut it off because you don't need all that excess. And tape it on. There you go. Well, that's cute. And then you can stick your tail in. I think I've made that one longer than that one. Doesn't matter. I could roll it round again to make it shorter. Yeah, I'll do that. Roll it around, make it shorter and stick it on. Stick it on, that's a bit more even. And then my tail I'm going to stick in, and I will stick the legs on together. So where does the tail go? In there. Super long tail, Mrs. G. Never mind. Try and stick that in there at the top. Stay in. It's really tricky. There's the tail. Da, da, da. And his head wants to go that way, so I'm going to do the puppet this way. Woof, 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 woof. I think he needs a tongue, don't you? And some legs. So I'll finish off that. But basically you saw the gist of it. If you fancy doing really, if you've made yourself a big puppet set and you want big puppets, one of the videos we did at the beginning of this YouTube channel was sock puppets. Hello. And we showed you how to make those. So go back on the channel and have a look, one of the first videos. There's a silly sock puppet one. These are really fun ones to make and really easy. And you can do lots and lots of shows with them. Come show them. Show them the puppet. Hello! Hiya. I ended up putting a little nose on, which is just a bit of scrunched up masking tape, a tongue and some shells on his feet. So, I wonder what he's going to chase in the puppet show. Might even give him a stick. There he goes in the set.